Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals, and today I wanted to give an update about the Reflections journal course and how that has adapted and changed as I've been working in my journal. And I'll give you a bit of a sneak peek at what I have done so far in preparing some of the pages. This is the one I'm going to be working on next. So after this video, I'm going to film how I will fill in these two pages. But yeah, I'm loving the start. This one is 2024 playlist, and this one is my word for the year. I'm going to put my quote for the year here, and then the introduction page here where I put the details. So first of all, before I share about that, let me remind you all that my Etsy shop is closing at the end of the week. So I will be closing the physical portion of my shop. The digitals and printables will always be up there, but the journals and packs and things like that, the mystery packs, there are 2 left if anyone is interested in the last 2. They will all be taken out for the holidays, so if you had your eye on anything, maybe for a Christmas present for yourself or someone else, then yeah, my Etsy shop closes at the end of the week. And so just a bit of an update with this course and why I am launching it in different stages. It keeps adapting and changing. So the first time I tried to launch this book, the very day that I launched it, like Saturday morning, I put up the launch video, pressed publish, and it launched. And then that day, later that day, I got very, very sick. I had one of the worst headaches I've ever had in my entire life. It was so painful. And then I was sick for a week, completely knocked out, bedridden. And then on the Monday, I had like an even worse headache than the Saturday, and I was just curled up in a ball, having delusions because I was just in so much pain, that type of thing, kind of hallucinating, because I couldn't sleep. I couldn't read, I couldn't watch a movie because my head was just in so much pain. Anyway, so it told me to hold the horses on this course, and so I tried to launch it that Saturday, didn't go ahead because my plan was to film all the videos that week, during that whole week that I was sick. So the new plan was I then launched it again earlier this month. But then what happened was the day after I launched it, the test print of my book arrived, and there were things that weren't very perfect in my eyes. It's still an imperfect book. So this was the original test print, and some of the pages were just a little bit blurry. The words were a little bit hard to read. Some of the photos were a bit blurry. And so for the rest of that week, you know, I had planned that week because I thought, oh, this test print has been sent off. I'll be able to publish once I get it and approve it. And so I thought, yes, I can launch the course now because the book is done. I thought the book was done. But then the test print came back the next week, and I realized then that whole week was just blocked out. I didn't film any videos for the course because I was literally just on my computer every day pretty much, going through this book page by page, replacing all of the photos, digitally enhancing things, swapping out pages, just changing things so that I was happy with the book. And so that became my priority that week, was just getting this book ready to launch, ready to publish. And yeah, so then the launch happened last week, officially launched Wednesday last week. So if you are interested in purchasing my book, there will be a link down below in the description box where you can either purchase a physical copy. So exactly what you see right here, this is what you get, this book. If you can't afford a physical copy, or if you can't wait to get a copy in the mail, then there is an ebook version where you can download a PDF, and it's instant access, so you can read it right then and there. And basically you can print it out if you want, because this book was printed from that exact same PDF. So I heard back from one of the ladies who has bought my book. She bought one for herself and one for a friend, and she was just saying that the postage was pretty quick. The time frame of getting it sent out to her was pretty quick. She just got an email saying that it was getting sent to her. So she just wanted to let me know how like it was quick for her and that it was easy to purchase from the website, and that if anyone is wanting to know about the book, and if they're wanting to get it in time for Christmas, either for themselves, for a Christmas present for themselves, or a Christmas present for other people, she was just wanting me to let you guys know that if you can get it now, it should get to you by the time Christmas comes around, based on her purchasing the book for herself. Okay, so basically, now that that book is launched, I have time to go ahead and work on this course. And how I'm doing this is all of the preparation videos, they're already up and ready to go. So if you want to get started preparing your altered book, you can do that now if you want to do that in December. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to officially launch this in January, where you'll get access to all of those videos preparing the journal. And then in January, I will upload all the videos for the actual reflection, the journaling, adding our words, adding our images to the pages, adding our ephemera, and actually filling it in. So the first videos are all about how I altered the book, how I gessoed the cover, how I ripped and glued pages together to get us down to 30 pages, because there are roughly 30 prompts for the Reflections course, and how we then added some mark making, some paint, how we added then our collage pieces just to get us started, to give us some layers to work with. And then finally we added our textiles and our sewing. You don't need a sewing machine to do this. This one I glued down, and just to give it some interest to begin the process. For example, this was already here on this page with some mark making, so it gave me a base to work with. I added the doily later. This was already here with some mark making in the background, and this down the edge. So it just gave me something to start with, a base. This one, it had this, and this piece here, everything else was blank around the page. This piece told me, oh, that would be a great place to write a list. So that's where I decided that's where I'm going to write my 2024 playlist. And then this one, this is inspiring me because I thought this piece here that I've already stuck there, it's telling me to do a couple of pages about the places that I've visited over the year and the holidays I've taken. So new places, new locations that I've been to. There's another page over here. Where is it? Let me find it if I can get to it easily. Like some of the pages I already know what I want to do on them. Others I have no idea. I love this page. So some of them are just already set up, and that's what this process is all about. It's just about adding layers, layer by layer, and not necessarily finishing a page in one go, but adding a layer, coming back, adding another layer. You know, I started with the mark making. Then another day I added this. Another day I added this. The next day that I come to this, I want to add my quote down there. So here, this one, I was in a wedding for my friend and had the amazing privilege of being a joint maid of honor. So for this, came out of a bridal magazine, I'm going to document that occasion here with some of my photos. So yeah, the very first part of the course though has a whole bunch of gathering videos where I take you through what materials we'll be using. So there is a materials list, and if you would like this list, it's on my Facebook page for Willow Bound Journals. It's probably, you have to scroll down to find it, so if it's hard to find, feel free to email me and I can send you this materials list. But basically, this is what it is. And in the course, I started out by gathering everything, and you saw that, well, you will see that in the course in the initial videos. I started by gathering everything, my textiles and my fabrics, my scrap box, my charms and bits and pieces, my ephemera, and magazine images. Now, in the course, after I prepared my journal and got it to the point where I was ready to start adding the prompts, I went back through all of those things, my scrap box, my textiles, my ephemera, my charms, all of it, my magazine images, and I got it down to this kit. So this is my official kit that I'm using. This is my ephemera. These are my journaling spaces. These are my metal pieces that I want to use. These are the textiles I want to use. So I don't have to now carry around this box everywhere. Well, not necessarily carry it around, but I don't need to go to that anymore. I pulled out some of my scraps to put into this pile. This is my pile of magazine images right here. So instead of having that big basket of magazine images, now I have this much more manageable pile. And then here, I've got some more papers and things from previous projects and things I picked up from my life this year. So the aim with this course is to mainly use things that you gathered from this year, so that whatever we put onto our journal pages, it will automatically reflect this year. Of course, I'm also going to use some bits and pieces from other years just to decorate and to use the things as well, so you can definitely do that as well. Part of the materials gathering is pressing flowers, so this is from the bouquet from the wedding, and I got some stickers as well, so you can definitely use stickers, die cuts, you know, all the embellishments, all the things. And then here's my photos printed out. So you can either print them out just on a home printer or something like that, or I also have a Canon Selfie that I print them, so I'm going to use both just to show you that. You can definitely use whatever method you want to print your photos. And yeah, not to say that I can't go back into my scrap box and can't go back into my big pack of ephemera and my basket of goodies. I can always go back and look for more, but the aim is, here it is, this is what I'll be using. I want to use as much of this as possible in my journal. Now, the other thing that you'll want is things like masking tape or your washi tapes, your glues, of course, and your scissors and a ruler and pen and all that kind of thing, all your different writing materials. You want white gesso. This doubles as paint, it doubles as glue, and you want this for the cover of the book as well. Acrylic paint, you don't have to use acrylic paint, but I think it just adds so much to the journal and it's so fun. And I definitely recommend gold metallic paint. I use it a lot in my journal, and we're going to brush our edges with the gold, which will just give it such a lovely finishing touch. So hopefully you have all of this in your stash already. The idea with this course is you don't have to buy anything, use what you have, but I do recommend having a magazine to work with, and paint if you can get it, and gesso if you can. And then, yeah, if you have a typewriter, use a typewriter. If not, just use your handwriting. If you have a sewing machine, use that. If you don't, just use glue. It's totally all good. And then this will be a record of our year. The prompt list for this course will be available for those who take the course. And now how I'm going to do this is, I don't think I will do every single prompt necessarily. So this is sort of like my draft of the prompt list, combining it with new prompts and old prompts from the previous iterations of the Reflections Journal course. This course is one that I run, or have been running, every year for the last few years. But how I'm doing it actually is, instead of going off the prompts, I'm loosely basing it off prompts, but I just did a brainstorm, and I show a video in the course of my process with this, where I brainstorm everything that happened this year that I want to record in my journal. And I can add to this list as I go, but I know eventually I want all of this in here. And it might look like a lot, and like this book isn't enough, but I can combine things. Like if I wanted, I could put my song for the year, my quote for the year, my scripture for the year, my word for the year, all on one page. So I could do like 5 prompts on one page. So what I mean by I want all of this in here, I don't want a page per each of these things. I just want a little note here or there, you know. I don't need to write all about ballet. I don't need a whole page dedicated to ballet. If I just have one photo on a random page anywhere, that represents ballet for me. So that's what I mean by, this is just sort of my brainstorm, brain dump of everything I want in this book. I've used these prompts as guides to get to these, you know, thought, what are the milestones, what were the highlights, what did I learn, what were the places I visited, what new things entered into my life, what did I do off my bucket list, what was added to my gallery wall and my space. You know, I am using things like, what creative things did I do, so that's all coming under the prompts. but instead I'm working with it a bit more organically, and that's my master list of what I'm putting in my journal. So I take you through that process. I give you the prompt list, which if you want, you can just go boom, boom, boom down the prompt list, but I show you how to take that prompt list and then brainstorm with it and get your own master list of items you want to include in your own journal. And that's what I want to iterate or emphasize in about this course, is that some of my courses, they're very structured. It's very much, here's the prompt, here's how I do it, you go do it the same way I've done it, with a recipe, because some people just want to be told, use this material and do this. This course is very different. This course, you can follow what I do if you want, but it's about your year. So our journals are going to look very, very different. And the idea with this course is it's an art mixed media altered book course. So it's a lot more organic, a lot more intuitive, a lot more raw and authentic. So my aim through teaching this course is to help you get in touch with yourself so that you can put on the pages something that reflects where you are right now and where you've been this year. So we're going to have different feels, we're going to have different colors, we're going to have different fabrics, we're going to have different memories recorded in here. And we're just going to fill it up layer by layer with pieces from our year, and then add words. You don't even have to add words if you don't want to. You can just let the pieces stand. Like some of these pages, I don't feel like I need to add words here because I know what this means. This one I do obviously want to write my playlist here and remember what my 2024 playlist was. But yeah, you can adapt this as an art journal, as a mixed media journal. You can do as much or little writing as you want. But my job as the teacher of this course is to show you my process. So I'll be filling up this journal. I've taken you from the very beginning, showing you how I've been adding to it, and now how I'm filling it up, showing you my process of how I work organically and intuitively so that you can do that yourself and just do whatever feels right for you on the page. And I'll give you little tips and tricks as well along the way that you can, put in place yourself about finding magazine images for the prompts. That's how I get started. See, this was a magazine image, and that's how I got started with my word for the year. These are magazine images that got me started with this prompt. That wedding dress one will get me started with that wedding page. So that's why I say a magazine is probably a very good supply to have in this course, because that's the crux of what I'm using for getting started with my prompts. Of course, I've got my own photos as well, and they'll be featured in a lot of pages too. And of course you have your ephemera, so all the things that you picked up from the year, you can definitely add those to get you started as well. And we just layer by layer, piece by piece, we keep adding to our journals. And it's just a process of time for you, creative fun time for you, where it's about the process, getting lost in the process and connecting with yourself through it and documenting your year. It's going to be such a special keepsake for the year. We decorate the cover last, where we add our sort of metal pieces and maybe some charms and some like a major image perhaps to represent our year, and then we edge it with gold. Add a bit of fabric on it. It's going to be a very tactile multimedia cover as well, mixed media cover. So yeah, that's basically how the course will run, and it keeps adapting and changing. So my current thought is I actually want to combine it with the Intentional Life course. So what I'm thinking is people who sign up for the Reflections Journal course will also get access to the Intentional Life course this time, because I feel like my natural process, the Intentional Life course and Reflections course, these are two courses that are separated so that, I could offer them separate for people who wanted to document the previous year and other people who maybe only wanted to set intentions for the next year. But actually my process, my New Year's Eve process, was to reflect on the previous year and set my intentions all on that one night. And I split up my process to share it in the courses, but I want to go back to my roots and I want to combine them because that's how I normally do it. So I was thinking I would use the first half for the Reflections course, the second half for the Intentional Life course, but I feel like I'm going to jump around a little bit. So I thought what I'll do is mainly focus on the Reflections course through this, documenting 2024, but scattered throughout, I might start thinking about what's my quote for next year? What's my word for next year? and what are my goals for next year, and how do I want to spend my time, and what's my budget for next year, and all that kind of stuff. And I thought I'd just get started on that here. I might not be able to, do all of the Intentional Life course in this journal because it's only 30 pages, but I just want to get started. And, this is the prime place for it, maybe right at the back. And these back pages, but even throughout, I can start thinking about my word for next year on this page. When I put my quote here for 2024, I can also add my quote for 2025 on that page. So I'm going to combine it where I feel led to do that. So you don't have to do that. If that's like way too complicated for you, you can just focus on the reflections part of the course. But yeah, I thought as a bonus, if anyone's interested in that, having it combined, let me know. And then I will have, I'll release, whoever does the Intentional Life course, they get this as a printable, and it's your own workbook with all of the prompts and all of the instructions and directions. You can use this for brainstorming, and there's some printables at the back you can use for journaling space and all that kind of stuff. So you've got your own, this is the course book right here for the Intentional Life course. So you'll get access to this from this course, plus the videos that I fill up in my journal about it. But how I work basically with the Reflections and Intentional Life course, when I first released this course a few years ago, I did every single prompt in my journal. But as the years have passed, I've realized I don't feel a need for my own self to do every single prompt. I just choose the main ones that are different each year, or the main ones that are speaking to me. So you can do the reflections prompts all in order, or you can tick them off one by one. You can do the Intentional Life course, tick them off one by one, all the prompts, or you can join me and follow my kind of style where I just choose the ones that are speaking to me. Whichever method you choose, you can take this course and go. That's what I mean. My courses are flexible and adaptable. You can change them to suit you, so you can do either method. If there's any questions, feel free to let me know. But basically, if you want to get started, if you're like, yes, I want to do this, I'm so inspired right now, I want to get started, all the videos are up on the course website sharing how I prepared this book. It's just a small altered book from the op shop that I thrifted. And basically I take you through the materials, the gathering part of the process, which is so fun, and then I take you through the preparing part of the process, adding all of the layers, ripping the book, gessoing the cover, all of that. So if you want to get started right now and be ready for January when we start filling it up, you can do that. Just feel free to email me to register, and then it is $50 for the course. So just check the inspiration box, the description box. Oh, I like calling it the inspiration box. There's lots of inspiration down there in that description box. All the information will be down there in the description box, my email, but just email me to register, and you can purchase the course through PayPal. If you're overseas, if you're in Australia, you can do it through direct deposit if you would like. And then, yeah, basically, yes, then you can get started with that in December. Or if you are like, my goodness, December is just so busy, I have no time, but I still really want to do this course, and you're thinking January is a great time to get that done, then you can definitely start in January, and then you can prepare your book in January, and you can do the prompts and fill it up in January as well. So yeah, the preparation part is already up in December. The filling it up part will be available in January. And yes, I've already started filming the videos for it, like I said, and I can't wait. I'm going to today film this video, and I'm going to see how far I can get filming as many videos as I can today and all through this week. And yeah, that's how it's going. That's the newest update with it. I'll put up a new update later on, closer to January, when it's officially launched as a complete course as well. But yeah, I just want to give that option for anyone who wanted to get started now. You're just like, I'm so inspired, I'm so motivated, I just want to get ready and prepare it, because there's a lot of videos to go through. There's a lot of gathering. You can spend a week gathering, and you can spend a week preparing your journal and watching those videos. So if you want to do that now, I wanted to give you that option if you wanted to do that now. All right, I think I've covered everything But if I've missed anything, feel free to reach out, and I hope you're all doing really well. Hope you're all inspired to journal. Hope you're all inspired to document your life in a creative, fun way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. A big thank you to my beautiful, beautiful patrons who are supporting me in the month of December. You guys are absolutely amazing. I appreciate you so much and couldn't do what I do without you. If you would like to become a patron, there is a link down below in the description box. And when you become a patron, you are supporting Willowbound Journals and this channel. And you also get access to extra videos. So the journal making series each month. If you're a Ruby patron, you get access to every printable kit from my Etsy right there over Patreon, including a new kit each month. Going up the tiers, there are mail tiers where you get sent mail to you. The highest tier is the journal tier, where you get a journal sent to you each month. So if you're interested in that, feel free to check that out. You can also become a member or buy me a coffee to support this channel if you would like.